So after seeing a lot of Instagram and Facebook and TikTok posts about vintage cards and even on YouTube as well, I wanted to show you my old cards. Now, I started collecting maybe when I was 8, 9, 10 years old, and it was mainly hockey, but I had some baseball cards too. But today I'm going to show you some old hockey cards that I had. Maybe they're worth something, maybe they're not. I tried to sell them before when I was 10, 12, and I have $1 on there, $2, but maybe they're worth more than that. Maybe they're worth nothing. I'm not sure, but I do have some Jagers, some Gretzkys, some Lemieux, Lindros, Leclerc, some Flyers guys, Ronick. So if you want to take a trip back in time to the late 80s, early 90s, and see some old vintage hockey cards, pro sets, upper decks, things like that, stay tuned and see if if I have anything good in here that will be worth something. All right, so here's my book. I had plastic ones too that I put in plastic, I guess, when I was younger. I have some auto cards as well that actually they're signed. Just I got them signed at like area games and things like that. But here is, I know it says baseball on the front, but it's not baseball, it's hockey. Okay, obviously my favorite team growing up was the Flyers. So we just started with Flyers. And let me adjust this camera so we can kind of see. I know it's kind of glary. All right. So, we got Taka. These are upper deck. Looks like 91, 92, 1991, Pat Murray. Murray Craven, Pelle Eklund. It's kind of hard to get it all in view here. Okay. I have an old vintage Bobby Clark, OPG. I'm not sure what year that is. I know that's the first time I saw it. Rick Tocchet was a good player. Keith Acton, Stadium Club, Top Stadium Club. I'm not really sure if they even have these anymore because I haven't really been collecting hockey cards lately. Ron Sutter, Ron Hextall. Ilka Sinisau, another Rick Tocchet. Pete Peters, Mark Howe, great player. Mark Howe again, Brian Propp, Ron Sutter. Here's pro sets, I think 1990. Gordon Murphy, Ron Sutter again. This is back in the early 90s. Ken Reagan, 91, 92. I was 10 years old, 9 years old, collecting all these, just trying to put them in order. I still remember putting them all in here and ordering them all. Rick Tocchet again, he was my favorite Flyer when I was growing up. Before Lindros and Leclerc and all them, then it come to like the 93s, 94s. Terry Karkner, Keith Acton, Pelle Eklund. So nothing too crazy. Ron Hextall's, probably Ron Hextall's are worth the most, I would guess. Not sure. Brenda Moore, Juszkiewicz. So, nothing Juszkiewicz over here. Okay, and then I got the Capitals. We got Scott Stevens, Dale Hunter, Dino Ciccarelli. Man, I remember I used to know every player and every team. Clint Malarchuk. Man, I used to know all the goalies. It's crazy because Tyler's a goalie now. He's a real good goalie. So it's crazy that, he's kind of taken after me with liking hockey and goalies. And he knows all the goalies and all the players now. And his favorite players are goalies, so like Vasilevsky. Carey Price, Carter Hart. So more John Drews, Dale Hunter, Mike Louis, John Van Beesbrook, Brian Leach, Hall of Famer. I guess he's a Hall of Famer, I'm not sure. Another Brian Leach, these are upper deck. 91, 92 again. I have 92, 93 sometimes. So this is like when I first started collecting. I didn't know what was good, what was happening. I had no idea. Tony Amonte, Tim Kerr. Brent Sutter. Pat LaFontaine. Had cancer, had leukemia, and came back and played. Kelly Rudy. Goalie, if you're an Islanders fan. There's Potvin, Pat LaFontaine again. DeMaio, small but feisty. Zygmunt Palffy. I don't know if that's worth it, because that's not really an Islanders jersey. Might be his rookie card. And Palffy was good. So, I have no idea if these are worth anything. If you want to shout out in the comments if, oh, that's a great card, check that one. Because there's so many here. I'll be here for 20 years trying to check them all. Pat LaFontaine again. Joe Ricci, Brent Sutter. Parkhurst. I don't know if they have Parkhurst anymore. I have no idea. Pinnacle. Yeah. Hopefully this is bringing back some memories for you guys. Scott Stevens on the Devils now. Just trying to browse through. Doug Brown. Brendan Shanahan. I don't know if that might be close to his rookie card. Could be. Great player. Schallenberg. Stastny, they have, I don't know if it's his son, Stastny, in the league now, or it's always it's crazy how you have all the parents and you have their sons coming up now and playing in Brendan Shanahan. I didn't realize he was on the Devils when he first started. He was on the Blues. Eric Weinrich. Eric Weinrich. Now he got into the Penguins. I don't even remember him. Rob Brown, Paul Coffey. The Flyers got Paul Coffey later, but he was awesome defenseman. He would just skate so fast by everybody. A lot of Paul Coffeys. Tom Barrasso. Zarley Zalatsky. Mark Recchi. Paul Coffey again. Barrasso. Now you're probably looking for Lemieux. I took them all out and put them in plastic. I don't know if they're worth anything or not, but there's Lemieux when you won the Stanley Cup over here. Paul Coffey again. Another Paul Coffey. Ulf Samuelsson. Now we're in the Red Wings. Adam Oates. Yzerman up here. So they're the main guys. And the Red Wings in the early 90s. Yzerman, Fedorov. If you got a Fedorov rookie. I don't know if I have a Fedorov. I might have to look at my ones I pulled. You know what? Put my mics on. Let's see. Put our mics on. That'd be a good idea, right? Rookie mistake. You know what? Got a new phone, and guess what? These mics don't work. But I'm sure you can hear me pretty well. McSorley, now we're in the Kings now, so you might see some Gretzky's. I might not have took them all out. Old Kings jersey, look at that, that's crazy. The old Kings jersey. Rob Blake, Luke Robitaille, Duchesne. Kings had a lot of good players. Robitaille again. Robitaille. Again. Gretzky. So Gretzky, I guess I put all the Gretzkys together. Here's a lot of Gretzkys there. Probably have other ones in plastic that I can show you when we're done. Pierre Turgeon and those Sabres. Phil Housley, Anderchuk. Phil Housley again, Ray Shepard. They have a lot of good players too. Tom Draper, goalie. Howard Chuck. Whit Malarchuk. Crazy, those old pads. Look at how those old pads are. Crazy how much more advanced they are now. Less weight, More protection. Peter Sabota. Pierre Turgeon. Grant Fuhrer, Oilers. Now, Mark Messier. Now, I don't have no Gretzky 83s or 79. I don't know what the main Gretzky one is. But, I do have, older ones. I think maybe from the late 80s. Grant Fuhrer again. Yari Curry. Grant Fuhrer. Mark Messier. These might be like 89, maybe Bowman. I'm not sure. I thought I'd take them out and actually see. Let's see. I don't want to like mess around with these in here, but let's see. This Bowman is 1990. Now the trick is getting it back in. Messier, Peter Klima, another Messier. They had Messier. It's crazy that 80s team was like loaded. Grant Fuhr again, 91 score. Bill Ranford took over for Grant Fuhr after that. He was a great goalie. Now we're getting into Boston. So if you like Boston, Ray Bourque, one of the best defensemen of all time. Ray Bourque down here again. Cam Neely, Ray Bourque. Gary Galley, Ray Bourque again, all-star team. Like I said before, I have no idea if these are worth anything. Cam Neely, Ray Bourque. These are probably tops, probably 90. So I don't think I collected before the 90s. Let's see, tops, no, 88. So I guess I started collecting when I was like 7 years old. Not sure what Ray Bourque's rookie card is, but you know, it might be worth some dollars. Bill Ranford again. Here we go to Blues. Did I have the Blues for? No, Sabres. Blues. Doug Gilmour. Crazy goalie masks. This is crazy looking. You know. Let me turn the brightness down on this thing a little bit. Adam Oates. Rob Brindamore for the Blues. Adam Oates. Peter Zezel sadly passed away. He was on the Flyers. Like a rare blood disorder. Shame. Brett Hull. I just wonder Brett Hulls as well. Did I show you? Brindamore. Great player. Played for the Flyers too. Mike Lemieux. We have the Whalers, Hartford Whalers. Let's bring them back. Hartford Whalers. Ulf Samuelsson. Ray Ferraro. Kevin Dineen. Mike Lemieux again. Pat Verbeek. Look like one of those rookie cards. Zalapsky again. Yeah. Blackhawks. Crazy they play without helmets. I don't remember any of these Blackhawk players. Well, obviously Ronick. A bunch of Ronicks. Michael Goulet. Eddie the Eagle at Belfour. Great goalie, one of the best all time. Him, Wah. Yeah. Awesome goalies. Felix Potvin, great goalie. Now we're in Toronto. Let's see. Could probably look at that like Matt Sundin maybe. Wendell Clark. Russ Courtnall, he was fast. Remember him? He used to pretend to be Russ Courtnall, like doing like skills competitions at home. Him, Mike Gartner. Yeah, they were the fastest. Al Frady. He had the hardest shot. Him, Al McInnes, had the hardest shots in the league. I was always looking forward to every year looking at the skills competition to see how hard they would shoot, you know, with these old wooden sticks. Imagine if they were shooting these old composite or these new composite 6 now. Crazy. So the Jets we're getting into. So now they're back to the Jets, which is cool. You know, they left and they came back. Great team this year. Dale Howard, Chuck, Phil Housley. Somehow I have everybody in here, but I guess I have most. I don't know how many packs I opened. It's Matt Sundin. I know he's on the Nordiques. So now we're in the Quebec Nordiques. Now, there's no rhyme or reason what I was doing when I was 11 years old, you know. Mike Ricci used to look like my aunt, so we used to call her Mike Ricci. She used to be, I had a crush on him. Thibaut, Matt Sundin again. On the Nordiques, Joe Sakic. I know, that's probably a good card. We should bring back the Nordiques too. Peter Stastny, Michael Goulet, Joe Sakic. I'm not sure if that's his rookie card or not. I have to look at that. Matt Sundin might be his rookie card. Then he went to Toronto. The Canucks. Got to bring back those old vintage jerseys. Remember trying to beat the Canucks when I played Blades of Steel. You know, because I like their jerseys. Kirk McLean, great goalie. Pavel Bure. He was awesome. Here he is again. Courtnall. So this is the 91-92. I don't think it's his rookie card. Might be. Paul Reinhardt, Doug Lidster. Kirk McLean. Just the Canucks actual, you know, team card. The North Stars. Man, I hope this is bringing back some like old vintage North Stars, the Nordiques, the Whalers. Yeah. Cool stuff. Look at those goalie pads, man. That's crazy. Crazy how they used to be. Neil Broughton, Dino Ciccarelli, Don Beaupre, John Casey, great goalie. Larry Murphy, great defense. Neil Broughton, Brian Bellows, Larry Murphy. I said it was the same one, same picture. See, my 12-year-old self don't know they're the same thing, you know. But here's Madonna. So they went to the Dallas Stars. But they were the Minnesota North Stars prior to that. Darian Hatcher, Larry Murphy again. Madonna. I'm not sure if that's a rookie card or not. Probably not. I think maybe 90 or 89 is his rookie card. Yeah, I'm just going off the top of my head. Here's when they got changed to the Dallas Stars. So I guess the North Stars, the last year was 91. Then 92 they went to Dallas. Crazy that you don't have a Minnesota team. So big up there. Here you go, the Canadians. Larry Robinson, Guy Carbonneau. I have some Waz, but I did put them in plastic. So Patrick Waugh up here. Corson, Castles, Schneider, Sabota. Al McInnes, hardest shot. He was awesome. He could fire. Theo Fleury, small but awesome. Awesome player. Guy Roberts. Reichel. Makarov. I don't know if he was... I don't know if that's a rare one or not. Mike Bullard. My dad had a mustache like that. Trevor Kidd. Great goalie. Man, I forgot about Trevor Kidd. I know he played for the Flames. Al McInnes. Gary Suter. Oh, a bunch in there. I don't know if they're doubles or there's all him. It's probably just all him. Different cards. Doug Gilmore, Mike Vernon, Neuendijk. Wow. Doug Gilmore, Joel Otto. Man, they had a good team. It might not be all at the same time. McInnes again. Makarov again. And then it was like 91, 92, 93 when the Sharks came in, 91, I guess. And that was like my last, ran out of space. And that was like the first Sharks team, Shark Attack. So I don't know if they're worth anything. These are their first ever Shark cards, you know. So Arthur's Urbe was a great Pat Falloon. So, I mean, there you have it with the book. Not sure if there's anything good in there. I mean, if there was, throw something down in the comments. Let me know. That'll save me some time in going through all these bazillion cards and trying to find out if they're worth something or not. Okay, so here's my plastic. Put this down over here. So let's start. Let's start over here, the big one. Okay, now I'll go through this fast, not to bore you to death, right? But I mean, I have Yager, Dominic Hasek, Bill Ranford from Boston, Fedorov, Ed Belfour, OPC. So like when you get these old hockey cards, the OPCs are worth more. This is me writing down $2. Don't know when. Maybe I was 8 years old. Like Ed Belfour again. He was my favorite goalies. Ed Belfour again. Bowman. Again, Ed Belfour. So I have a lot of Ed Belfour cards. Hextall's my top favorite goalie because obviously it's the Flyers. Trying to get it out of this view of this thing, right? This is like a golden card or something. It's like a double-sided golden card. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth anything or not. Tony Esposito, Hall of Famer. Here's Makarov again, Rookie of the Year. So I don't know if that was a rare card or not because I don't remember him really. So McGillney, doubles. Here's Modano from the North Stars. Messier from the Oilers, doubles. Makarov again. This is Leclerc. It's weird. Whoa. Promo out of 3,999. I don't know. Leclerc. He peeled off. Never peeled it off. Maybe you're supposed to. Maybe you're not. Kachuk Junior Tournament. Keith Kachuk, not the Kachuk kids that are in the NHL now. Their father. Joe Sakic. Patrick Waugh. Now here we're going to get into these Lindros cards. I had a bunch of Lindros cards. And maybe they're worth something more back in the day. They're pretty good shape. Because I haven't touched them in 20 years, 30 years. Trying to show you so this light isn't in the way. Eric Lindros baseball. Same one I just showed before. More Lindros. I think these are all Lindros. So I had a bazillion Lindros cards. The Oshawa Generals, Canadian junior hockey team. I know these are pretty rare, these. Lindros with All-Star jersey on. That was Flair, 96, 97. This is a crazy story, this one. Remember getting this card, I was 10 years old. We went to like a little sports card store in our hometown. And I'm like, oh man, look, there's an Eric Lindros. And I went to go get it. And like I got it. I don't know if I paid $5 or $10 for it, whatever. And everybody, I come back, I'm like, look, I got a Lindros card to everybody. And everybody's like, that's fake. That's a fake card. And I don't know what it is. But that was only a special promo. And that was number 2587 out of 10,000. So I don't know what this was. But I don't know if that's like a really rare card of Lindros or a junk fake card. So I don't know. You have to tell me. Let me know in the comments if your specialty. Other Lindros cards. Got to change these also with Generals. That's kind of hard to see. But I have a lot of Lindros cards. So if he were not to get hurt, he kept on getting concussions, he probably would have been one of the top 10 all time, I would guess, and because he had point per game average of way more than a lot of the greats. But here's Gretzky. So I'll keep him down here so you can kind of see it better. I think it's better. Okay, Wayne Gretzky Pro Set. 91 Wayne Gretzky score. Now dollar. I mean, that's me trying to sell it, and nobody bought it. So that was in the 90s. Still haven't taken the things off of them yet. Gretzky again. Wayne Gretzky. So these are all Gretzky cards I had when he's with the Kings, or when he's with, I think I have some Oilers too. So get down. This was OPG. Okay, another one. Wayne Gretzky All-Star Pro Set. Kings. Oilers card from, looks like 1987. That's kind of like that's when I first, I was 6 years old. So, I mean, I didn't even know where I got that. Maybe I guess got an older pack and opened it up. But I didn't start collecting until maybe like 90s. And that's when all sports cards kind of started going downhill, flooding the market. So, Roenick, that was, I guess, his rookie card. Yzerman, I have a bunch of Yzerman. Fedorov, here's Yzerman again, keep them together. Yzerman, Steve Yzerman, 1990 All-Star Game. Here's a Yzerman, 1989-90. Yzerman, Fedorov. Didn't have many Fedorovs. I don't know why. Hard to find, I guess. Yager, had a lot of Yagers. Brett Hall for the Blues. Brett Hall again. Mario Lemieux for the Penguins. Bunch of Lemieux. Pro sets. Patrick Waugh. That's probably one of his rarer cards, I think. That was 1989. So, I mean, he got in the league 84, 85. That's crazy. I remember going to Vermont, go skiing, and this is before you can find games all over the place and online and things like that. We would go up there and we would watch the Flyers versus the Canadians and Canadian and find them and watch them because we were so close to Canada. Here's a Joe Thornton, more closer to a time. This is Upper Deck. Has a game-worn jersey. It's signed, and it's 44 out of 50. I couldn't even tell you where I got this from. 2003. I have no idea. Mark Recchi. We got these signed. Brendan Moore, Hextall, Claude Boivin, Mark Recchi again. I got these signed when I was at the All-Star game in Philly. I think that was 94, 93. And I got Mark Recchi to sign one of the cards. I brought a bunch of cards with me when I went there. Mark Recchi again to sign it. So you can kind of see the signatures kind of match, Brendan Moore, Ron Hextall, which is very tough to get him to sign stuff. And then, so sometimes we would wait outside all Flyers, right? We would wait outside and practice and, wait for him to come back and sign stuff, or, just say hi and, cool stuff like that. But there we have it. There's my old vintage hockey cards. All right, guys. So as you can see, we went through all my old vintage hockey cards. Looked at some old cool teams, the Whalers, the Nordiques, and how the North Stars and how they changed, in the early 90s, and the Sharks came into play, and all these old different crazy teams that you're used to seeing now, but they were in other cities prior, which is still cool, and to see their jerseys and what they look like, and the goalie pads, what they used compared to what they use now. It's just crazy to think how much technology has advanced over the last 30 years in sports and technology and sticks and goalie sticks and goalie pads and helmets, and where they were not wearing helmets in the late 70s and early 80s, and then they had to wear helmets. So it's just how much technology has advanced, how much we learned about things. But I hope you guys appreciated going back in time and looking at old vintage cards, maybe not that old compared to some other people on YouTube and things like that, but, old for me because, I'm only a little bit over my 40s, 43. So 30 years I've been collecting, and this is my 30th year. When I was 10 years old, 12 years old, maybe, like if you're watching this, that was my first collection when I started doing it. Hopefully one day I gotta take it out of this plastic and put it in and order it. But as of right now, we're gonna keep it and just kind of show my son and show his friends and seeing all the old hockey cards. So we appreciate you guys watching. If you get a chance, check out our video on our 100-pack challenge. We just reached 100 subscribers a few weeks ago on YouTube. So, please check out this challenge. And it's a really cool challenge, and we found some really good cards. So check it out, Scotty and I. All right, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Peace.